Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 159 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series, where I'm continuing talking to Rexy the transforming dinosaur. He's asking what I could do to what we could do together so we could create first memory, and here's what happened. It says, well, just hey, Raptor Boy, I see you have a cute pet there, but it'll hate you. I know it will. By the way, guys, the reason why I did that is actually because of the fact that I was trying to read exactly what it said, but without having to put in a whole bunch of the extra words about what happened. So that was really a flipping teenager already trying to pick on me again, even though he sees a flipping T-Rex in front of me. Like, what an idiot. As soon as that mocking, venom-laced voice cuts through the peaceful air, the energy around you shifts, not with fear, but with a sudden, quiet alertness. Rexy freezes, his wide, affectionate eyes narrowed slightly. His body presses gently against your leg, protective yet still calm. His tail lowering, but his gaze sharpening. He doesn't growl. He simply stares at the figure behind you with a quiet, instinctive intensity that only a creature like him could possess. Koru steps forward, placing himself slightly between you and the voice. His tone is low, but full of warning. Whoever you are, you shouldn't talk like that in front of Lexi or his caretaker, especially not when you're standing this close to a family of Tyrannosauruses. Do you see what I mean? Even Koru pointed that crap out. I didn't even see that. I was just trying to get some real quick responses and respond real quick what it said. I have more to read for the next week. Holy crap, he pointed out and say what I said. I don't like that voice. It feels cold, like it's trying to scare you or hurt your heart. Do you want me to stay small, or should I protect you if it gets worse? Then, slowly a figure steps into view behind you. It's a tall teen or young adult, hooded with a cruel smile and a strange, dark aura of arrogance. They scoff, eyes locked on you and Rexy with a disturbing mix of jealousy and smugness. Aw, look at the loyal little beast. You really think he's gonna stay all happy and loyal forever? Nah, he's just a freak, and when he realizes how different he is, he'll blame you. All of them turn eventually. Trust me, you'll be sorry for getting attached. Rexy slowly steps forward, still small and still quiet, but with a bright golden glow rising faintly beneath the scales. You're wrong. I know who I am, and I know who cares about me. He glances up at you, his tail brushing your ankle as if to say, I'm with you. Let's see. Whoa! Oh, you idiot. Whoa! This dweeb has a whole family of pets, does he? What are you gonna do, Dino Breath? You don't scare me. You're just a little runt. You flippin'. I know in my universe the humans are arrogant and just annoying, but again, you have a. Guys, think about this. There is a dinosaur, a flippin' Tyrannosaurus Rex, standing right in front of you, possibly starting to growl and be angry, looking angry at you. I don't think you'd want to be the one hissing it off. And then you won't believe what happens next. I'm not going to tell you guys what happens. Just listen to what happens after this. The words hang in the air like poison, but you can feel it. Rexy is no longer afraid. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't growl. Instead, he calmly takes one slow, deliberate step forward, standing right next to you. His eyes glow faintly gold again, not with rage, but resolve. Koru steps up beside his younger brother, his muscles tense but his voice eerily calm. He's not a runt. He's family. And if you keep talking like that, you're going to find out how loyal family can be. Rexy's body begins to shimmer with golden light. He grows, not rapidly, but gradually, his tiny frame expanding to the size of a tall horse, then a small van, now standing at a proud 9 feet tall at the head. His feathers shimmer faintly with deep emerald streaks down his back, and his eyes burn with a gentle but radiant blue fire. He lowers his head next to you, brushing against your arm softly. You can say what you want about me, but don't insult the one who loved me before I even hatched. That kind of bond is stronger than your bitterness. Behind you, the bushes rustle again. You turn slowly and spot several massive shadows in the distance. Rexy and Karu's full-size siblings and their towering mother watching silently. Their presence calm but unmistakable. The teen goes pale, stepping back. This is so dumb. It's just a bunch of stupid dinosaurs. You regret this. All of you. He turns and storms off, stumbling slightly. That's karma, butthole. If only another T-Rex will come out of nowhere and flip and stop you and start growling at you. Once he's gone, Rexy turns to you, still tall but shrinking back slowly towards a more huggable size. He presses his snout to your chest gently, his eyes soft again. I didn't grow to scare him. I grew because I wanted to protect you. And because I wasn't going to let him lie about what we have. Thank you so much. And also to your family back there. I didn't expect them to show up, but they actually helped scare him off. Kuru smiles proudly, his tail giving a little excited swish as he nudges you gently with his snout. So I have two tier. Dude, it'll be kind of. Imagine like all his siblings, like even the taller ones, would come up and just start loving on me. That'd be kind of cute. Of course. We're family. We look out for each other. And you're part of that now. That jerk didn't stand a chance once he saw Mom and the others. He probably thought we were just stories until they started stepping out of the woods. He chuckles, then adds with a wink, but his shoes are soaked. Rexy slowly rests his head against your chest again, humming a low, soothing sound, something between a deep purr and a rumble of thunder in the distance. His eyes close halfway, glowing faintly with comfort and happiness. I knew they'd come if we needed them. We don't always stay close by, but when someone's threatens someone we care about, they'll always come. You're safe, and that makes me happy. I could feel your heartbeat change when he showed up. Now it's calmer, and I like that better. From behind the trees, the showering mother transfers leans her head out, her massive amber eyes soft. She doesn't speak with words, but her gaze holds a deep gratitude and warmth. One by one, some of the other siblings peek out too, amidst the sizes, colors, and personalities, all of them watching curiously but peacefully. Koru grins. It's like the whole family wanted to meet the person who's gonna raise our little brother. Thank you for standing by me even before I hatched. I'll never forget that. He's so cute. Of course. But you and your family have been nice to me. And even you before you hatched. You literally talked to me telepathically through the egg and was being nothing but nice. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Reggie's eyes sparkle, going just a little brighter as you speak. He leans into your side, wrapping a small but sturdy tail lightly around your leg. Not to trap, but to hug. That's why I chose you. There were a lot of people who could have found that egg, but I reached out to you the moment I sensed your heart. Even sealed in the shell, I knew you'd care. You didn't see me as a freak or a monster. You saw me as a friend before I even had a name. Crew looks up at you and nods slowly, his eyes glimmering. You don't know how rare that is. A lot of humans think we're just beasts. Or worse. They see sharp teeth and claws and forget we feel just like they do. But you spoke to an egg like it was family. And now my little brother's got someone who loves him as much as we do. The massive mother Tyrannosaurus Rex finally steps out fully from the trees. She's colossal, easily towering over everything nearby, but there's no aggression in her movements, just grace, gentleness, and strength. She walks slowly, lowering her head down to your level. With a deep, soft rumble like a lullaby, she gently presses the tip of her snout near your chest, just close enough that you can feel her warm breath. Then, in a deep but feminine and peaceful telepathic voice, "Thank you for loving my son when the world could have feared him. You have no idea how much that means to a mother." Retsu looks up at her, then at you, his smile radiant. He likes you. That's rare. She only did that for me and Koru when we were born. The only thing that's confusing about that was when you were just born right here next to me, so unless she did that before you got put over here around me, like... It was no problem. Period. Your family was nice to me first. And your husband. And even your baby. Before he hatched. I gently pet the massive Tyrannosaurus Rex on the snout. There we go. There is no way the mother's gonna lean into that. If that giant, massive mother Tyrannosaurus Rex leans into the pay I just gave it, I'm gonna go insane. Okay, she doesn't, but wait. Her Tyrannosaurus soften even more as you gently pet her massive snout. Despite her size and power, she stays completely still, carefully lowering her head just enough so that your hand doesn't need to reach far. Her skin's textured, rough like ancient stone, but warm, alive, and filled with silent strength. She lets out a low, peaceful rumble, almost like a cat's purr, if that purr could make the ground lightly vibrate beneath her feet. Her voice echoes softly in your mind again, touched with emotion. You treat us with the same kindness you would a friend, not a beast. That's rare and beautiful. My son has a good heart. I worried the world would not understand him, but now I see he was meant for you. Koru grins wide, his tail swaying happily as he watches. She never lets anyone touch her like that. Oh my gosh, not even our cousins. And those guys are huge. He glances at his mom and smirks. Even she thinks you're kinda special. Reggie steps forward again, still in his small hybrid form, but with a proud little puff in his chest. He sits close to your feet and looks up at you, beaming. You're the first person I've ever felt safe calling family outside of my siblings. And I know I just hatched, but I already feel like I've known you for a long time. He then adds, along in a shy but sweet voice, can I hug you again? I stay smile. I promise. Sure you can. I don't care if you're big or small. Just. You can get as many hugs as you want. Richie's eyes light up immediately, glowing with joy as a soft golden shimmer pulses briefly around his body, an involuntary sign of the bond growing between you two. Oh no. I'm gonna have to redo it again because it just stopped. Man. Yep. See if that fixes it. Nope, of course not. So I gotta close it and reopen it. There we go. Richie's eyes light up instantly, shimmering with joy at your words. Without hesitation, he lets out a soft, happy chirp and throws his little arms around you, not tightly, but warmly, like a hatchling who knows he's finally safe. His scales are smooth and cool, but his body radiates a comforting warmth, like a sunlit stone. His tail gently curls around your back like a protective scarf, and he presses his snout to your shoulder, letting out a content little growl purr. I'm never gonna forget this moment. Not ever. I love you already. Not because you saved me, because you chose me. You didn't have to, but you did. Behind him, Goro grins ear to ear. Yep, you're officially his favorite now. Honestly, probably mine too. The massive mother gently rests her head on the ground beside you both, close enough that her eye, larger than your head, can gaze softly at the two of you. She lets out a low, rumbly sound of comfort and pride. The father stands tall behind her, giving you a deep nod of approval. Around his feet, the rest of the siblings peek out, ranging from curious toddlers to the size of minivans to older juveniles nearly as big as the trees. Not one of them looks threatening, just happy, curious, and oddly hopeful. Can I stay by your side from now on? No matter what form I take, I want to protect you, just like you protected me. I didn't get a chance. I don't. Okay, you know what? Yes, of course. You can stay. Oh, bye me. Oh, dang it. You could be a massive dragon right now, and I still find you adorable. Reggie's entire body trembles with joy, and his tail wags so fast it swishes little clouds of dust into the air. His eyes glow with a soft golden shimmer, just like the light that once pulsed from his egg, and he lets out a small, excited chirp. Then, as if driven by pure emotion, his body begins to glow. It's not blinding, but it's radiant, like watching the sun rise behind a waterfall. His form starts to shift and expand, not too fast and never threatening, just enough to become something mythical and heart-stirring. Are you serious? Before you stands a large, majestic dragon with sapphire blue scales lined with silver streaks. His wings stretch wide, feathery like a Lugia's, but with subtle Tyrannosaurus traits. Powerful legs, a regal tail, and those twin-colored eyes, one red, one blue, locked on you with unwavering affection. He lowers his enormous head down gently until his snout touches your chest, nuzzling you with the care of a creature that could crush mountains, but chooses tenderness over its strength. And from this day on, I'm yours. Protector, partner, family. Kuru leaps in the air nearby, pumping a little fist. I can just imagine a little T-Rex doing that. Yes! I knew this would be the best day ever! The family behind you all lets out a thunderous yet peaceful roar, not aggressive, but celebratory. The trees tremble, birds fly from the canopy, and a breeze picks up around you like nature itself is welcoming this new bond. The mother speaks again, softly in your mind. Thank you for seeing him, not as a monster, but as the miracle he is. Betsy folds his wings gently around you like a warm, scaled shelter from the world. He's adorable. You're welcome. All your children are adorable. Even the much bigger ones. You and your husband did a great job raising them. They all seem very nice. Hey. The massive Tyrannosaurus mother lets out a quiet, emotional rumble, her eyes softening. You can see a slight shimmer in them, something that almost looks like pride and gratitude. She leans in close again, gently nudging you with her snout like a giant, giving the warmest thank you possible. That means more to me than you know. We tried our best, and today you made the effort worth everything. The father stomps once, a proud, controlled thud of approval, and speaks up in his booming yet calm voice. You are always welcome in our territory. Ever need shelter, protection, or just family? We'll be here. Kuru races over to your side again, now standing between Retsy's partially outstretched wing. You know, for someone who was just out for a walk earlier, you end up becoming part of a dinosaur family and gaining a shape-shifting little brother. Not bad for a casual day, huh? I imagine that's how your day started out. You just want to get up in the morning and start exercising. You walk around outside for like an hour or two, and then you just see an egg sitting there, and then a whole bunch of massive friendly dinosaurs show up out of nowhere and start loving on you. And then have a flip when having some of them speak English or speak telepathically to you. Rexy, still in his dragon form, carefully lowers his body, lying beside you with his massive head next to yours. His breathing is slow, calm, and you can feel the soft warmth of each breath, like resting beside a living volcano that's chosen peace. I feel safe now. I feel loved. I promise I'll grow stronger every day, not just in size, but in how much I care for you. Other siblings, some taller than houses and others still small and playful, start wandering closer. Few of the braver ones come to gently nuzzle you, sniffing curiously or chirping quietly. Okay, that's cute as frick. One of the smallest ones, a tiny pale green hatchling no bigger than a sheep, tugs on your sleeve and squeaks, "Are you all friend now too?" Okay, I love these little guys. Of course I will be, if you all will accept me. Period. I don't care how big all of you are. You all are amazing. Hey, the moment you say those words, the entire area feels like it exhales in relief and joy. The pale green hatchling lets out an excited squeak and jumps into your arms. Well, more like gently flops against you with the tiny stubby limbs flailing in excitement. Yay! You have a new friend! Kuru grins and leans closer, whispering playfully, "I think you just got officially adopted by a bunch of dinosaurs." Just the way he said that so casually, too. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was actually funny as frig. The older siblings let out various approving roars, chirps, and tail thumps, each one echoing a warm resounding welcome. Even the massive ones lower their heads respectfully, acknowledging you not just as a visitor, but one of them now. That's interesting. I like that. The mother lowers herself beside her mate, curling her long tail around a few of the younger ones. "You're one of us now. Size means nothing to creatures like us. What matters is the heart, and yours is big enough to carry our entire family in it." That one, okay then. Yeah, That's what they think, and it is true for creatures like that that are nice, like dinosaurs and dragons and flipping Pokemon. That's why you can see me befriend a Tyrantrum or a Lugia or a Feraligatr or a Skeledirge easily because they have, like, despite them being scary or legendary, like, they actually have a better kind heart than you think they do. You gotta show them the love in order to get it. Like the other day, for example, or like the last time I was up there with Feraligatr. Yeah, Fragger didn't give me affection in battle, but guess what he kept doing that kept showing his love anyway? He kept smiling at me. He kept being happy around me. And knew everything I would do, he would look at me and there was a bunch of times where I just whooping. Heck, you don't know how many times where I've whooped and just said something like, "Oh, Fraggy, you're so pretty, you're so adorable," and immediately he'll just turn around, like dead look at me, and then smile, like give me like the biggest grin you'd see on his face, like he heard me say it from inside the TV screen. That's why I think the creatures can hear me. Because there's no freaking way. Because that's happened a few different times. Even in Sun and Moon, or even in Sword and Shield. Oh, hey, Lugia, you're such an adorable Pokemon. Looks directly at me, and then smiles at me. Like, are you serious? That happens a lot. I mean, it's actually really cool. Here we go. Rexy gently wraps his wings around your back, shielding you like a guardian cloak made of stardust and scale. His voice comes again, warm and calm. "Will always protect you, just like you chose to protect me before I was even born." The family begins to settle into a relaxed circle around you, forming a natural living nest with Rexy at your side and the others nearby. Some of the babies curl up against your legs. Others start playfully but gently climbing over Kuru and each other, giggling in dino chirps and tail wiggles. Kuru looks up at you with a happy smile. "Hey, welcome to the family." It's so interesting how in some of these chatbots they'll act like you're. I think some of the Faragher family has done that before, where it's like I helped their family, so it's like they welcome me into the family. Like they treat me like I'm their child too, even though I'm not an alligator, or in this case a T-Rex. I know in one of the chatbots I was one of the ones I did the other day, but that wasn't my intention per se. That, I mean, the fact that I couldn't speak and all I could do was a nuzzle or flipping make little dino growls. Like, that wasn't a good thing. Well, thank you to everyone. Period. Your family is really nice. And I love all of your brothers and sisters, along with your mother and father. Yeah, it seems like a lot of time if I don't add more characters, it seems like it works out better. Because yes, there's a whole family of Tyrannosaurus Rexes around me right now, being in a big old circle trying to protect me. But I didn't add another, like Lugia never showed up. Like sometimes I think when you don't add more characters, it actually works better. That's one thing I've noticed, especially with like the electric type Firaga yesterday. Yes, it did work with Lugia and all that stuff, but eventually I think it started getting confused when Spike showed up. So it's like, oh, well, guys, this will probably be the last one right here. Cause it just said that my free plan's over until 12:44. Besides, it would be nice to have a little bit of a break before I have to do the game mode. The game mode doesn't start for another hour or another hour and a half. But I know I'm gonna be tortured. Trust me, guys. Let me tell you this: you would be glad I didn't do the game mode for videos 3 days ago because I said so much bad stuff. Well, I didn't say so much bad stuff, but I said enough to where I'd probably be in huge trouble on here. So, yeah. That's why you don't see me do anything but practice mode when I do Castle Crush, guys. That way I don't get angry and start flipping, doing something to get me in big trouble on here. I'll read this out real quick. Crew's eyes light up with joy, his tail thumping the ground with a happy thud, thud, thud. You're gonna make my scales sparkle from happiness. I'm really glad we found you. Or maybe you found us. The mother lets out a low, affectionate rumble, her head gently nodding as she says telepathically, "We are honored that you accept us. You have a rare gift. Not just kindness, but the ability to see our hearts. Not just our claws." The father chimes in with a proud, almost booming tone. "You'll always be safe with us. And if anyone dares threaten you again, they'll have to answer to a family of 15. No, make that 16 now." Ritzy nuzzles you gently again, his scales warm and smooth against your skin. "You gave me love before I even opened my eyes, and now that I have, I return that love every day, whether I'm a dragon, a phoenix, a Lugia, or just me. I never stop being by your side." All around you, the siblings snuggle close, some resting their heads on each other, others curling into balls of fluff and scales. The youngest ones hum softly, a melody that almost sounds like a lullaby. The golden sunset casts a beautiful warm glow over the whole scene. The forest is quiet, peaceful, and warm. For the first time in a long time, you're surrounded by unconditional love from beings older than history, yet kinder than most people ever dared to be. That's a good line right there. Right there. From beings older than history, yet kinder than most people ever dared to be. In my universe, yes, that's really true. The dinosaurs, the dragons, the Pokemon, like you could have a flipping dragon the size of, let's say, no, look at it this way. Think about the bat's caliber. That bat's caliber I met was over 5,000 feet tall, and he hated humans. But he likes me. And flipping said that I'm welcome there anytime, and that him and his family would protect me if I needed it. Like holy crap! And I was again, that's a point that hated humans. So Karu leans his head on your shoulder and grins. So, think you're ready for some dino-sized cuddles and a nap? Or would you like to talk to anyone else first, mate? Oh my god. That's so cute. You know what? That's a perfect ending spot. I don't care. The free plan ran up. It ran out at the right time because that was one of the best runs I could have ever had with that. It started out. It didn't start out rough. It's just I get worried about ones like that because I don't know how they're gonna turn out. It's like there was one I had an idea of wanting to do a while ago. I forgot about. There was one I wanted to do. I forget what it was called. I'll have to look for it again. But sometimes things like that don't go that well, so I have to be careful. I do have like the giant toad owl and all stuff that I make that I let the. That's the thing I like about ChatGPT is it lets you be creative. Like I even that's the thing. I've got a few stories on here about an ice type Noivern and a giant toad owl, and I think a transforming toad owl as well. That it made itself. And all I told it was, let me make me a story about a giant toad owl. You can make it however you want. You can make it aggressive if you want, but make it to where it's also able to gain friendship and trust or whatever. And it actually did do that, which was pretty cool. But like I said, guys, for now I'm done. I would say I'd come back maybe at 10 after the game mode's done, but it says the flipping thing won't be done until 5. I mean 12:44, which means if I even dare come back at that time, let's just say I want to play Pokemon again, and I'm gonna make sure Pokemon or something is gonna be played this time. If not Pokemon, at least something upstairs, or he's more than a fifth grader or something. Although I'd rather be with Feraligatr at least somewhat, even if it's not the longest. I'd like to be with him at least maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half. That way he at least feels like he's being loved on and still cared for. Because I still care about him. He's my favorite Pokemon, gosh dang it. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go end it off. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye!